Hey Taurus, it's Empress Rose here and welcome to your reading. These are general readings, so we take what works and leave what doesn't. Let's see here. So if I don't catch your storyline on this one, go check your other major placements, see if I catch something there. I don't feel very centered here. All right. Minor adjustment. Okay, we're starting with the Oracle Mystical Moments as usual, for an intuitive vibe of where we're going here. That's a book. Take the top one off that book though. Fascinating. I'm going to take these other two. Okay. We've got 5 cards here, but hopefully we'll be able to breeze right through. I might see a couple of duplicates here. All right. Everything's changing. Oh, yeah. I think that's how they want to be. You have change of seasons. So you have fall, spring, everything going on at once. You're just standing there. Did you get this last time? You're just standing there waiting for, as everything is sort of the birds and you're like Cinderella. You're like, this is before the fairy godmother where all the mice and birds are changing her whole outfit. And then you're also Cinderella with the fairy godmother who changes everything. Everything in her life changes. So here you are, you're having a change of clothes and a change of everything. And you're a little bit vulnerable here. You're down in your unders. And you're kind of vulnerable while everything changes around you. So this isn't change that you're in charge of. This is change that you're being affected by, though. And then it's got this lovely other fall card, a little companion card. I feel like these are friends. Oh my gosh, well, it's 12 and 42 for those of you that like numbers. This is all is connected. So this is our Anansi card. You can't see it, but there's tiny spiders on this card and all these leaves are connected. So she just pulls on one thing and everything moves, everything changes. She's in that web of life and she's pulling on one thread and the whole thing, the whole dynamic, the whole web of reality is changing around her. And this, I believe, has to talks about the stories that we tell ourselves and the things that we say about who we are. So if you are, always saying, I can't do that, I can't do that. Door open, my front door opened. Hold on. All right, so this is about the way we're framing things, the way we're talking about things, and how it has an effect on reality and it has an effect on our experiences. So when we talk about, when we're telling our stories about ourselves, and this is so interesting to me because it just is so pervasive and it touches everything. You're telling a story about yourself or about something that happened to you, and if you just listen to yourself, you can hear some of your beliefs about yourself coming out and that kind of thing. So this is talking about how everything's connected and you change one thing and everything changes. So these are two, they both have these red maple leaves in them and they're the same leaves. So everything's connected in the change of season. So everything is changing. And we've got spring here too. We've got both seasons. This is amazing how these cards are like so similar. This is stuff happening to her, just kind of happening to her. And this, she's a major player, but she's a major player just by pulling on the string, just by pulling on something, just by touching something, just by touching the story, the words, the framework. She's touching this whole web of life and web of reality, and she just pulls one thing and the whole web, moves. It's like the fabric of life moves. And so yeah, we're talking about how you're framing stuff, how you look at stuff, how you talk about yourself, how you talk about stuff. You can be like, I don't know what to do. And every time you say that, you reinforce that belief. But if you can be like, you know what? I love clarity. I do know what to do. Sometimes I don't always want to see that, or I don't want to do it. So, but I do know what to do. So it's talking about how you're talking to yourself and how you're talking about stuff. And I feel like mantras really come in handy here. There's like, mantras. You want to pick a mantra that you can believe, that is close to where you're at. You don't want to pick a mantra that's like way out there where you're like, all right, okay, that's right, that's true. You want something that can feel true, to you. So I think this is talking about sort of the mantras, because you do have mantras. You already have these ruts that you've dug in your synapses. This is actually reminding me of the synapses in our brain and the connections that we're making and the thought pathways that we make. And you follow that thought pathway, you create a rut. And it's very hard to get out of once you create a thought pathway like that. But so a mantra can help you create a new rut, a better rut. And then that, I wouldn't put too much time on dissing the ruts you're in, and focus more of your energy on creating new ruts. And that's where the mantra comes in. So this does have to do with you having an effect on reality. Here you're very passive, and here you're very active. So we are 6 minutes in, and I have done 2 cards. So, so you have a lot to say about this new reality and about all these changes, but it's not a lot. It's like a small thing that you'll be doing that creates huge changes in your life. So I swear you got these cards last week too. Then we have Red Garden. So you've changed in a way that's very obvious to other people and a way that's not very obvious, a sort of more private way. And the way you're looking at the past, though, is very colored. It's very, there's something in the past that has drawn your focus and you're not seeing it correctly, which is where I think we're coming in with this storyline here of how you need to tweak something that you're looking at in the past, and it's going to change your present and it's going to change your future, because you're looking at it and you're not looking at it in the proper way or in a clear way. You're not seeing it very clearly. You've tainted it somehow, and that can be very hard to unravel yourself. So if you need to find some help in that, like with a therapist, honestly, that's where I found my best help with unlocking sort of the secrets of the past and creating change in my current life by changing how I view some things in the past. And they can really be helpful with that. Your heart's ready to go. Your heart's moving towards the future here and is looking towards the future, but your mind is really focused on something in the past, and you need to change the way you're talking about it, and it will change everything, and it'll pull on the fabric of reality and change what you're experiencing now and what you're going to be experiencing. But your heart's ready to go. Your heart's looking at the future. Your mind is a little bit focused on something going on in the past. And then you have Miss Sunshine. So I think that this all has to do with this. This is this past thing, this darkness that you have turned around. You either are or will be having a big turnaround in your mentality and the way you view things. You have been down here in this past, in this darkness, maybe some confusion or some depression. And then the divine is calling you up here, and so you're going to really be able to change the way you see things. It's going to be, this one's called Miss Sunshine, and it's going to change the way you see things and the way you view things. And this is what I'm really seeing here is, and with this skewed view of the past here, and the heart ready to go, but the brain still needs work. The brain needs something up here. So you've got this darkness, you've turned it around, or you are turning it around, you flipped it, you're flipping the narrative, okay? So this is a lot of the stories we tell ourselves. You're flipping the narrative. Instead of a helpless victim, you are triumphant survivor. It's something like that you need to change your mentality about. And here you are, you're heading up into a lot of clarity and a lot of positivity. So you need to flip that narrative. That's what we're talking about with all of these, and it's going to change everything. Your outlook is going to change. So you need to be more focused on the measure of health that you do have, the measure of wealth that you do have, whatever you do have. No one's saying that it's perfect or it's a lot, but you need to be focused on that, on the better aspects of it, on what you do have. Even if it's not perfect, and even if it doesn't feel like enough, you need to be more focused on some positive work, and it's really going to change the fabric of reality for you. So then you have this touch the sky. So like I said, your heart right here is looking towards the future. My camera's flipped, so it looks like it's looking towards the past. But you're looking towards your past. Your brain is looking towards the past. Your heart's looking towards the future. Your heart's starting to get ready to go. And then here you are fantasizing about, and this is really what this is about too, is fantasizing about what you want, the things you want to say, the things you want to talk about. This is touch the sky, and you're not so much like, your head's not just in the clouds, it's above the clouds. And this is where we're going right here too. You need to be dreaming, and dreaming big and bright, and clear. And here you are, you're dreaming about, she's sort of fishing with her thoughts. She's sort of fishing around for her dreams and what it might look like for those dreams to come true. So you need to be, you're going to have a better focus. You need to be focused on having a better focus. Your heart's ready to go. You just got to get your brain to flip some sort of switch here and understand how you need to be talking about something, talking about yourself. It's going to change everything. You need to be dreaming big, dreaming bright. You're either turning a corner that you need to turn, which we're seeing with this red garden. You're either turning a corner that you need to turn, or you already have turned the corner, and this is here to verify that that's exactly what you need to do. So we're moving on to Moonology, but I've mixed it this time with Work Your Light Oracle Cards by Rebecca Campbell. I don't know. That just is what happened as I mixed these two decks. They're the same size, so they seem like a really nice, like, I don't know, combo. We'll see what happens. All right, Moonology and Light deck. Guess that's our card, since I can't get it back in. All right, any other cards? Oh my gosh, it's kind of too big to do this with, but all right. We'll see. We'll see how this all plays out. Okay, we've got 4 cards here, so I don't know, man. Okay, Gibbous Moon, you are very close to achieving your goal, and have faith in your dreams. Waxing Crescent Moon. So Waxing Crescent Moon is we've just begun something new. We've just begun dreaming right here. And we need to have some faith in those, which is going to be a lot of this thing, some faith in this new dream and this new vision that we're having. And we're very close to achieving your goals. So whatever sort of switch that needs to be flipped, that's going to flip you up here, you're very close to doing that and achieving some kind of goal, some sort of change, some sort of pull on the fabric of reality. So, and then debuting these new cards, we have Mirror and we have Warrior Woman. So Mirror is about, oh yes, it's about this. It's about seeing what we are in the reflection of reality. So what you're seeing is what you're bringing to it. It's like reality is sort of, or like how you see, the whole world is basically a big Rorschach blotch, which we come to it with our ideas, our preconceptions, our projections, right? And we're looking at the world, and what we're seeing is actually so often not the world, but a reflection of ourselves. So a reflection of what we expect to see, what we want to see, that kind of thing. So this is Mirror, like what you're seeing. If you're seeing a lot of love, that's something you're bringing to the world. If you're seeing a lot of hate, that's a perspective that you're having and that you're bringing, and it changes everything, and it changes what's available to you to see and what's available to you. So there's mirroring. So I want to call this a Rorschaching thing, as you're seeing what you're projecting. So it's like there's the projector here, and that's you, And then there's the screen over here, and that's, do you younger folks know about projectors? You must. You must. And then there's a screen over here, and so they're mirror images of each other. So we have the negatives rolling through here, this negative, or this, no, that's not. Anyway, we have the real going on here, and then we have the screen, and it's projecting onto the screen. So we're the real, and we're projecting onto the screen. And you change this real out for something better, you're going to see a better movie, right? If you don't like the movie you're seeing, you got to go to the real, which is your head, and you got to change what's going on in here, and then you're going to like what you see better in the world. So it's kind of trippy, but you can do it. So it's mirroring. What you're seeing is just a projection of yourself, okay? So it's like a trick that our minds play, that reality plays, is you bring that in. And then we have Warrior Woman. Have you answered your deepest call? I don't really have a lot of experience, but I think she's holding some sort of truth, some sort of power here. You have a lot of power in this situation, and when you bring this power, I think this is also talking about this all is connected. You have so much power to pull on this thread of reality. It's very powerful. This mirror that you're working with, this screen that you're working with, this Rorschach blotch that you're working with, it's incredibly powerful. So everything is connected. And when you change the movie that you're playing in your mind, you're going to change the movie that you're seeing. So the world might look a little dim and a little awful, but that has more to do with something that's going on inside of you. You're going to see a lot of change when you bring your powerful self and you start seeing that, and you start understanding how much power you have in your life and in reality. Okay. Whew. I'm not sure I'm up for all this. This is huge reading here with a lot of things. Okay, we're going to go to our Oracle Mystical Moments deck. Nope, we're going to our Ethereal Visions for the main reading of the deck. Yep, we're right. Here's your past, your present, your inner landscape, what's at issue, your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. I like this. So this is more about the situation. This other stuff is about what's going on inside of you. In your recent past, you've needed to pull in all of your strength. You have the strength card. You've needed a lot of patience and a lot of strength to get through something. Maybe some loyalty. It's felt like it was going to take forever. You feel, yeah. You've required this, the situation has required a huge amount of strength on your part. In your present situation, you're dealing with some sort of justice. So this could be the institution of justice or the concepts of justice, of fairness, of truth, of bringing that all to light, of consequences, karma. There could be something coming to light here, some sort of fairness coming into play, balancing things out, bringing in some clarity, that kind of thing. In your inner landscape, you have the Page of Pentacles. So you're hoping, I think, for a new job or a new situation, something new having to do with money, something you're learning here. The pages are learning, and you're learning about work, you're learning about money, you're learning about the divine in the real world, encapsulated in actual, like, physical thing. You're learning about the physicality of the world. You're hoping, I think, for some sort of new beginning or some sort of learning about something new, a new way to make money. This is what's on your mind right now. Is how do you learn about this? How do you learn about something in your reality? But look, we're also talking about reality here, and you pulling on it. So you're hoping to learn, I think, how to do that, and how to figure out how to handle your money and your work. And what's at issue is the Hierophant. Oh my goodness, you have these two cards here, and they both deal with both the institutions and the concepts. So the justice, the institutions we have, that our hope is that they bring some level of justice, but that's hit or miss. And then we have the Hierophant referencing some sort of either church situation, some sort of religious institution, or a religious leader, or your spirituality. And it's so funny how these institutions don't always embody the thing that their highest ideals. They really don't. So you're dealing with some sort of like church institution issue, or leadership or something like that. There's someone in power and in leadership that's creating an issue for you. This could also be a lack of spirituality or lack of connection to a spiritual path, or someone in that spiritual world creating a problem for you, or something about that spiritual institution or spiritual path you've chosen or haven't chosen. That's if you're not engaging with your spirituality and with a sort of more or your psyche, if you haven't, then that's actually creating some of these problems for you, and how you may be having more difficulty connecting with connecting with positivity and gratitude or something like that. You're having a difficult connection, spiritual connection, or a connection with a church, with church authorities here. That's at issue. In your environment, you have the Wheel of Fortune. So things are changing. Your fortunes are changing. This is about luck. And so there's something going on in your environment that is affecting you personally, that it has to do with luck. So your ponies we're on this carousel, the ponies are up, the ponies are down, and something about your situation, if your pony's been down, it's going up. If it's been up, it's going down. So your luck is changing right now. So I'm hopeful that your luck is changing for the better. This a little bit alludes to that, some sort of change in fortune here, change from the darkness to the light here, and all is connected in change of seasons. So we're definitely talking about some changes here that you're not necessarily in control of. So that's luck. Luck is things that we're not necessarily in control of. And you've also got two cards here of things that where once we start engaging with them, the justice system and the church system, we don't necessarily get our full amount of control that we were hoping for, especially with the justice system. It's just, there's a lot that's out of our hands at that point. Your to-do list is this 5 of Cups. So you're being called to have a grief process, to really grieve what has been lost, because you have experienced some very real and deeply emotional losses. It is water. The promise in this card is that it is water under the bridge, and when you're ready, you have these 2 full cups behind you still. So there's still, this is what I'm talking about here. Yeah, you've got something to grieve right here, but you're going to turn around, you're going to flip this around, and you're going to be able to embrace these 2 cups. But yeah, it is water under the bridge. There is a grief process going on here, and you are being called to actually grieve it. And there is a church in the background here. So this is again referencing something that's gone wrong with sort of your religious institutions or something. So you do have a grief process that you're going through. Something has happened. It cannot be retrieved. It cannot be changed. It can only be grieved through. And then we're also seeing your heart right here, ready to go to the future, and that's these 2 cups. So all is not lost. You're going to have to flip this around, though, at some point. But right now, you're being called to actually really go into that grief process and really experience it, because it's going to be healing, and you're going to more naturally be able to embrace the 2 cups behind you. You're going to be able to see those and more naturally engage with the positivity if you allow yourself to go through a grief process. But things are changing here. So you do have a change of seasons. You are very strong. You are going to be able to turn this around. And then I love this, where you're going is this King of Swords. This, if you are in a legal system, this is talking about a lot of fairness. This is someone that sees both sides of the story. They're very intellectual. They're very smart. This is probably a person. This could be you coming to embody this, or someone that's coming in to help you. So there's going to be a very fair process here. Very wise, smart, clear-headed, exactly what you want in your king, powerful. And I'm seeing an echo in this. So this could be you, or this could be someone coming in to help you, this warrior woman coming in to help you, or you embodying more of this energy. He sees both sides of the story. He's not just focused on his own thing. He sees both sides of the story, and he's very powerful, very truthful, and able to communicate very clearly. And I'm seeing this here with the warrior woman. So I hope that this reading was helpful for you, Taurus, as wide-ranging and enormous a reading as it was. And I hope you, I wish you best of luck on this grief process. Anyway, so thank you for your likes, subscribes, and comments. I very much appreciate them. They are encouraging for me, and they also help raise the visibility of the channel. And I hope you have a wonderful week.